7 days have gone by and we're here again to tell you about the happenings in the arts, culture and leisure worlds. Like I always say, creative people are busy. My name is Chioma Okpara. Welcome to Art and Leisure. First, let's be entertained. But I want you to pay attention to the wording of the song you're about to listen to. Let's invite the National Troupe of Nigeria. Welcome back. The much needed peace in this country can only come from you and I. Nigeria is a blessed nation. Let's remain one. Now to an exhibition of textile and yarn paintings. Wurola Ajayi is very good with her hands. She calls herself a fashion artist. In this exhibition, her solo exhibition, she's celebrating her gender. My gender, our gender. Let's see her collection.
Wurola Oluwatoyin Ajayi titled her exhibition Scent of a Woman. She's calling attention to the importance of women in the society.
I'm celebrating the beauty of a woman, her strength, weaknesses, zeal to doing things, and generally, I'm honoring women with my exhibition Scent of a Woman. This is attitude of will. Here, I'm celebrating the strength of a woman. When a woman puts her mind in achieving some project, she goes all out, strength in it, and she's as tireless as the horse.
She's employed different media in the execution of these art pieces. They include ink and fabric on board, yarn on board, yarn and velvet on board, ink and fabric on canvas, fabric on board, fabric and stones on board, ink and paper on board, and watercolor on paper.
I love fabric, I love threads, I deal with them a lot, and I love colors. They give me texture, they give me what I really want in an art. This is titled Emotion of Love. And here, my medium is yarn on board. What I do first is I make my sketch. Immediately I'm through with that, I plan my colors, I choose my threads, and then I start laying to create the art piece. What I'm trying to say here in Scent of a Woman is that in every woman, there is this joy around them when they are with children. This is titled A Chatterbox. Like I said, I'm celebrating the strength, the beauty, and the weakness of a woman. Now here, I'm mainly focusing on the lips of a woman. She has nails in her lips. She can talk, endlessly about a topic that either annoys her or makes her happy. That's why I tagged this chatterbox, and it is pieces of paper cut out on fabric.
Wurola Ajayi graduated from the Department of Industrial Design, Yaba College of Technology, in 2007. She specialized in fashion design.
Like what I'm wearing, I made it myself. I design and sew. I think that's where my love for thread and fabric actually developed from. This is fabric and paper on board. And women, they love being on the news. That's why I cut pieces of fabric and pieces of paper together to create, the runway. Instead of the red carpet, they are the ones wearing the red, and then they're actually walking on the white carpet. This piece is titled Hometown. In Saint of a woman has a reminiscence of home, especially women that have become city women. There is this longing feeling about going home, being home, the black pots cooking, and the atmosphere is welcoming, is warming and all that. So here I use pieces of fabric on board to create my work. It's all fabric, there is no paint in it. My medium is tasking. It actually takes a lot of time. I take minimum of 6 months to 8 to do my yarn on board, yes. But for my fabric, I work within 2 months, and then I have a piece done.
People from all walks of life made out time to see her first solo exhibition.
Beautiful pieces of artwork, and impressed particularly by the medium of expression, mainly like fabric on board, not the usual that you have painting with brush and the rest of it all. So quite a unique form of artwork.
Sincerely, this is my first time of attending a art exhibition. I never knew that one can perform a lot of wonders with fabric on board. This is awesome. I love it, especially this as a fashion designer. In fact, I'm picking it up.
My general impression is that women are very, very patient. Seriously speaking, they have a lot of patience. They're also very, very hardworking. They even work harder than men, I must be honest with you, not kidding this time around. Because they have to go to work, they have to, they are mothers, they have to do the domestic things and all that, and yet still have time to create, I think that is really interesting. And they must be commended, for that.
This exhibition took place at Alliance Francaise, Lagos.
I'm here since a year and a half, and since a year and a half, I would like to have a woman who makes an exhibition, and this is the first woman, so I'm really happy that it happened today.
Wurola says she spends a lot of time producing these artworks. She's patient, original, and daring. She loves being herself.
I love wearing my hair natural, but not really. I think I actually met Christ. That's why I'm doing my hair this way. I live in natural afro. It's not for the fashion, but because it is my natural hair. And I enjoy wearing it. It's just that I break it into different styles, and then I enjoy wearing my hair. For some, it is a, wow, I love this, it's different. For other people, it is, how do you manage to wear this? For some other people, it is, you're not even feeling shy. You feel like a baby or something. But for me, I think I enjoy the expression I get from people. So it is something I love wearing. Well, like you said, an artist would do that, but then I think any other person can try it out and feel the same way.
Wurola Ajayi teaches interior craft. She says she will continue to use assorted yarns to create beautiful art pieces. She has participated in few group exhibitions and also won awards. She's already preparing for her next exhibition.
Go girl, I pray that your passion will not wane. There are few female artists who have kept the fire burning despite family demands, childbirth, and all we face as women. Honestly, it's not easy being a woman. Well, that's a story for another day. Let's continue with art and leisure. The first phase of Wole Soyinka International Cultural Exchange Program has kicked off. It is a private initiative that has the blessing of Ogun State government. In a moment, we'll be in Abeokuta, so stay. Art and leisure is in Abeokuta, Ogun State. This is the June 12 Cultural Center. There's a lot of history here. Let's walk into one of the halls.
On display are artistic impressions of Professor Wole Soyinka. Some Lagos-based artists did a live study on the living legend in a program tagged Document Living Icon Project. Here in Abeokuta, the initiator of the project, Mr. Olu Ajayi, is taking the children round.
Feel the water dripping, okay? You use the brush and you do your wash. So this is a watercolor painting of Soyinka. This is oil painting using a palette knife. You might have heard of palette knife. Have you heard of palette knife?
Yes.
Okay.
This tour is the first in the lineup of activities to mark this year's Wole Soyinka International Cultural Exchange. The program, which started in 2010, was inspired by the essence and ideals of Professor Wole Soyinka.
We believe that Soyinka is a quintessential artist. I mean, all the work he has done, all his contribution actually sum up the contribution of artists to national development, because he went beyond just writing his plays, directing his plays, doing his musical album, and all his intervention in the art, to becoming a public intellectual, a spokesman for the unheard voices in our national life. When he was 70, he had actually said that he was returning home from his global sojourning to work a lot more with children. And we thought that the best way we can recognize him, we can show appreciation for the iconoclastic factor that has become in our national life, is to put him in the context of children celebration, to celebrate his essence.
100 students drawn from different secondary schools in Abeokuta came for this excursion. It is expected that different sets will come every 2 weeks, not just to learn about the Nobel laureate, but also to learn about other icons of Ogun State origin.
There's this popular thing about this woman. It's part of our quiz program. It's a regular question they always ask. The first woman to
right now. So the first is a woman activist. You know who an activist is? Who is an activist? Who fights for human rights?
Some celebrities made out time to be with the children.
When we were growing up, we in social studies, they were doing government. We were learning the names of all the past leaders and all of that, all our cultural icons, but that is not done again today. So it is a thing of joy for me to have this kind of opportunity to mix with children, to help to impart onto them this very, very important knowledge that I believe that they need for their sociocultural development.
I strive in whatever I do without being conscious of it, that is trying to influence anybody, to be who I am. And in being who I am, I hope and I pray that I influence 1 or 2 people along the line.
Ogun State government considers this an important project.
It's very important for us because we feel that we need to pass on our culture and our heritage to our children. So we are playing an active role in ensuring that we implement this initiative.
The active role is to decorate the children with badges that qualifies them to engage in activities that will further help them to imbibe good cultural values.
We're doing this by providing various activities that the children will do in the fun park. There will be plays, there will be the opportunity to learn how to sing certain songs, to learn about our heritage. We have a swimming pool here. There are different activities. So we try to ensure that we pick activities that will hold the interest of the children. Also, another aspect, as we all know, our children don't have a very long attention span. So we do ensure that these activities do not go on for too long, and there will be a variety.
Wole Soyinka International Cultural Exchange Program has other activities like drama and cultural presentations, advocacy lectures, and essay competition for for senior secondary school students.
When we started, when it was 76, we brought 76 students from different schools all over the country to write an essay on him. When it was 77, we brought 77 students. When it was 78, 78, 79, 79. This year, we're bringing 80 students to write essays on Wole Soyinka. The theme had been chosen. They will write, we're talking about education.
Professor Wole Soyinka is from Abeokuta in Ogun State. This is why the first phase of the program kicked off from here. It's a traveling exhibition that will go to 18 art-friendly cities in the country. The children talk about what they've learned.
It was fun, interesting. It taught us about a lot of things, about our past heroes, people that has done great for Nigeria as a whole. It has impacted a lot of things in me, like I should be hardworking. We all as a student, we should be hardworking. We should help our parents like our past hero did, and we should help Nigeria as a whole.
I think it's educating. Like teaching us about the things like the cultural stuffs, people that have taken part and fought for the liberation of this country.
This is the 5th edition of Wole Soyinka International Cultural Exchange Program. On July 13, the literary icon will celebrate his 80th birthday with these children.
Our living legend, Professor Wole Soyinka, I want to encourage every adult to be a role model to our children. Now to our very last report, a very informative one. Some time ago, I visited the Director General of the National Commission for Museums and Monuments in his office in Abuja. We had a lengthy discussion, and he told me that the first museum in Nigeria is located in Kwara State. Watch this report.
Long before Nigeria became independent, there was a need to have artifacts and antiquities in one place.
A Nigerian trained fine artist, Chief Aino Onabulu of blessed memory, persuaded the then Department of Education, the Colonial Department of Education, to engage the services of artists in order to teach the Nigerian children art. And so when these people who were already in the services of the colonial administration education department, such as Casey Mori, Bernard Fagg, and a few others, now began to teach art in Nigerian schools and felt the need to use Nigerian art traditions as the basis for the teaching of contemporary art in schools. And then they discovered that there were no fine examples to use. And again, they realized too that quite a number of our Nigerian artifacts were being exported out of the country in large numbers, while quite a number too were left to decay and were not ticketed for. So they began to ask and pressurize the then colonial government to establish a department responsible for this protection of these antiquities or artifacts.
The colonial masters responded by establishing a department called Antiquities Service in 1943.
In 1945, Casey Mori, the then first director of the service, succeeded in establishing the first museum in Nigeria.
The National Museum Essay in Irepodu local government area of Kwara State is the first museum in Nigeria, followed by the National Museum Jos, which was established in 1952. Antiquities Service had new roles assigned to it, and it didn't stop there.
It was not until 1977, during the FESTAC, when this Department of Antiquities, the Antiquities Service Commission, played a significant role in the festival, that the federal government realized the need to expand and strengthen this institution so that it can manage the heritage resources of the country, especially antiquities, monuments, and sites.
In 1979, Decree 77 was promulgated, and this made room for the establishment of the National Commission for Museums and Monuments with defined functions.
The function now include not merely collecting, but also preservation, protection, and promotion. And it's not only restricted to the arts, but also to science, architecture, warfare, educational services, Black and African arts and antiquities. It was quite a large thing to do. And then, of course, also to advise states and other government, local government, on the need to establish museums, to regulate private ones and certify them, and also manage monuments and sites.
In Nigeria, there are 48 museums and 65 national monuments spread across the country.
Some of the museums have collections from across the country, and therefore their exhibitions are national. For instance, the National Museum Lagos, National Museum Ibadan, National Museum Enugu, and a few others that have collections from across the country, so they are national museums. Other museums have collections from the environment in which they are located. The preponderance of the objects on display in such museums come from the environment. For instance, the Benin Museum, most of the exhibits there are from Benin. And then you have Iboku and Nok, which are dedicated to particular art traditions, which have defined the history of Nigeria and our culture and history. Then we also have museum offices that do not have any significant collections, but render other museum services, such as researches, educational outreach, and so on. The monuments, out of the 65, 2 have been declared World Heritage Sites, and efforts have been made to get more sites listed into the world list.
The museum is an educational resource center.
Welcome back. You heard it. There are 48 national museums in Nigeria. There are also private ones. So visit one with your family this weekend. That's been Art and Leisure this week. My name is Chioma Okpara. By God's grace, a fresh edition will come your way next week. You can watch more episodes on our website, www.artandleisure.com.ng. Love yourself. Love Nigeria.